Hi Tara, good
Hi,
evening.
good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining in.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Hi,
So Tara
everyone.
is an amazing, yeah. She is an amazing person.
I
I
remember
came
that. Thank
to
you.
know her through a friend, and she's an actor, as you all know. She's an entrepreneur. She's a host of a beautiful show, Tara Sharma show, and she's a doting mom. She believes that how you can lead by example for your kids. So, Tara, we were just talking about that how friendship is important for everybody, and last 18 months have been such a time that somewhere or the other we have missed meeting in a physical way with our friends. But still,
Yeah.
there are some relationships which are much deeper and they don't really need physical connections.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a beautiful topic, friendship, because personally, I feel, there are so many relationships that are friendships. So to me, I don't classify it just with friends, as in because I feel like the definition extends to everyone that you share a close relationship and bond with. And of course, I have lots of very close childhood best friends who are still actually some of my closest friends, even today, are my childhood friends. But of course, I've also made a lot of friends, along in different phases of life and through in different situations. And as you said, I consider my family also best friends. So I think to me, friendship, it transcends just one group or one definition. I think it goes, beyond, and there's so many friends that I'm so grateful to have made even on social media. And in fact, in these difficult lockdown times, I feel we've all got perhaps a lot of strength from conversations with people that we've met on social media. And I've certainly found that very helpful. And I hope there's something that other people also enjoy with all our interactions the other way around. So, yeah, I think friendship is a very wide term and it covers many, many different relationships that we all have.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does cover a lot of relationships. And the the thing is that how we had our childhood, the way we have developed our friendship. I somehow wonder, does our kids have the similar things? Will they ever have a deep friendship? Will they ever experience deep friendship? Will they understand what it is to have a dear friend?
Absolutely. I think, in fact, our children, for most things in life, I feel I look to them and learn a lot. And I've been very, very impressed actually by how they've managed even this strange new world of lockdown and still maintained all their friendships. And, of course, it depends on the age, but for our kids, they're, at an age where they've been able to cultivate and develop those relationships even in these strange times. And of course, we all miss the physical meeting. And I feel it more for the kids than for myself because I feel we're still at an age where we've met a lot, we've done a lot of all that socializing, and it'd be great to go back to it safely. But I don't miss it in the same way as I do for my children. I want all of the kids to meet. I want all the kids to safely be back in school. That's what, but I think they've done a great job of, in their own way, finding ways to be in touch. And I know for all of us parents, we've perhaps struggled with the digital aspect, but we as a
Obviously.
family have sort of let it be because we feel that way that, whether they're playing video games or whatever they're doing, they're interacting with their friends and that's their
Yeah.
way, so we often hear the kids like talking away, playing some FIFA game, and they're competing with a friend. But at some level, that's also a form of interaction. So I think they'll have just as deep friendships, frankly, if not even more, because they've gone through so much in such a at such a young age when it comes to collectively. They've all shared a
Yeah.
collective experience which has really shaken up the whole world. So I think these are things that they look back, one day when they're like, 90 years old, they'll say, oh, remember my friend from when I was that age and we went through that whole time
What a
together. So,
beautiful point of view you brought in. What a beautiful point of view that they will sit back and talk about this time when they were completely cooped up in the house in the four walls and still they had their friends because of the social media.
yeah,
Yeah.
because of
Otherwise,
online. And, I mean, of course, physical we all miss, but I think they've managed schools and, of course, not everybody, but we feel grateful to be in schools where they've been able to be in touch. But of course, it's not the same as the physical. So we all want that physical meetups to happen safely soon for sure.
yeah,
That's good.
really hope that we move towards, I think we're inching towards
Yeah.
normalcy, if I have to say that, for the schools. Probably 2022 should be much brighter and beautiful with physical meetings. I feel that.
Perhaps, yeah. Let's see, let's see. Hopefully, it'll be sooner than that, but that's good.
And
Um,
I feel
yeah,
that communication at any given point of time is the backbone for any relationship, be it a friend or be with our, families also. How we can convert our family to our friend, to be our friends. I think communication is the key for any relationship to go a long way.
yeah, absolutely. Communication is absolutely essential, and I think with one's family, with friends, of course, communication is key. And sometimes, that's not always, doesn't always go the way you want it to. And that's also okay. It's part of any relationship. It doesn't always have to be all smooth. But yeah, I think voicing what you feel, even if it may not be in agreements with someone, I think it's important. And also doing it in a way where I've often felt that it's possible to say something even if you don't agree with somebody, but you don't have to say it in a way that is um, hurtful. There are ways to say things where maybe you can. So I think all those kind of things are also, things that are enhanced perhaps at this time because we're having to communicate in new ways and not necessarily in the same way. And of course, there's also an element of people needing to make an effort and keep relationships, keep cultivating them. And also at some point, I think people, decide that, okay, I'm going to focus on things that really matter. I think that's happened perhaps a lot this year, where
Yeah,
priorities are, are quite clear and you kind of know that, okay, I won't call it waste time, but I'm not going to do like stuff that maybe is not as important as other stuff. So I think all that has probably happened this year.
yeah, yes, and it has led us, let us understand that these are the prime priorities of our life. And then we have kind of, with me, because I have a teenager in house, so with me, the constant communication that why, if I have selected this option, why I have selected this option. So sharing with them that what is the essence, what goes behind doing this stuff has been one
Yeah.
of the key factor of guiding them and leading by example. I always believe that kids learn more by just watching what is happening in and around them, their life.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They do. And that's why we have to be careful because we can't always be role models. I definitely make lots of mistakes and they definitely see that as well. And, sometimes you're like, oh my God, I said something that, I shouldn't have. And now they've learned it. But, that's part of life as well, I guess. And then knowing when it's okay to say certain things and when it's not. So I think all that, definitely, those are things that we all have to be watchful of, but at the same time, it's only human to kind of slip up sometimes too.
Yeah. Yes, yes. So how you have been in touch? You said you have some fabulous childhood friends, and you are still in touch with them. So it is just that you people do Zoom meetings. How did you celebrate your friendship day?
To be honest, frankly, none of us even knew it was Friendship Day. If I'm honest, so none of us made a big deal of it because for us, where I guess it's just like every day's Friendship Day or whatever. So that didn't actually come up, to be honest. But we do, where we have, a WhatsApp group. And again, things like this have really kept us all very much in touch. So although we're not physically meeting as much, of course. We've been very much in touch thanks to WhatsApp. And my sister, for example, lives in the UK, and we speak all the time on video, on WhatsApp video call and all that. In some ways, we feel we're more in touch than if we were in the same place. And, even our kids, my kids and her kids are in touch playing, Minecraft across the world and things like that. So, of course, it would be wonderful to physically meet. And when I have met my close friends,
Mm.
when I have been meeting them a few times safely, it's wonderful. But I have to say, in this whole strange time, I feel quite in touch because we're so active on phones and internet, whatever. But I feel for the children that this, we've as a family, of course, safely, but we've been making sure that the kids do play dates and they have a certain amount of physical meetups safely, of course. So I feel it more for the kids than for us.
Yeah, totally for them. And it's nice that, so for me, I got to know about the Friendship Day because there are a lot of teenagers around me, my cousins' kids, and they called saying that, it is a
Yeah.
Friendship Day. And it was beautiful to kind of see how kids are learning how to communicate, learning how to go back and understand relationships, if I have to say.
Yeah.
So I think these small days, which brings around a little more focus towards some relationships which needs to be given focus on. This is
Yeah.
what I feel, that there is no particular day to celebrate friendship, but
Yeah.
it just brings little focus. You feel that those couple of days you can just call up, and I have a very close childhood friend, so I gave him a call, and
Yeah. Yeah.
now the kids are friends. So it's beautiful to see how relationship flows through
Generations, absolutely. Yes, it's lovely to see that. And and it's great because there are, you have friends from different phases and different parts of life. And, I find that I have very close friends from different aspects of my life. And then you also become close to parents of your children's friends, so that's
Yeah.
also a nice bonding that is a newer thing, but it's also a lovely thing. So I think what's lovely in life is to, have, of course, your close friends, but also to be open to meeting people from all walks of life and extend those. And because there's so much to learn from everyone, and there's such lovely stuff, from all different, people. I think
Yes.
someone called Priyanka is saying they love my show. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Sorry, I saw some comments
Yeah, and
coming.
there is
So I
love
thought
for
I'd
Kai
say
and
that.
Zen also.
Thank you.
We
Thank
have
you.
sent love to Kai and Zen, and somebody was talking about your yoga show, how they
Yeah.
enjoy watching that.
Thank
So
you. Thank
that's
you.
the new part of lockdown. I think you started this, Tara.
Yes,
Your
yeah, I
yoga show.
started it in lockdown, and I didn't think I would. It's just twice a week I do yoga live, yoga with Tara, and I didn't think it would go on so long, but we've all been very consistent with it, me and the viewers who join in. So I think we're now, almost a year and a half of it. So
Wow.
it's great. It's good fun. Yeah, it's
So
nice. It's
what
nice.
I really enjoy looking at you and learning from you is the consistency, Tara. I keep giving
Thank you.
examples about it, that how consistent you are in whatever you pick up, and you just follow it through completely. So
Thank
it's
you.
really amazing. I really look
That's
up to
very
that.
kind of you. That's very kind of you. And same to you. I've been, following what all you're doing, and you're doing so much and with so much passion and consistency, and also, so authentically. So that's always amazing. And, I think everyone is figuring out ways to reinvent and do different things in this new world. So I think it's nice that we've all come together in different ways and we're in touch like this. I mean, in a physical
Yeah.
world, we would not be doing these chats. It would be so much more effort to get to go somewhere and get ready and do all that. So in a way, this whole weird new world, as much as it makes you miss the physical, it's also in many ways brought people closer together, I feel, in some ways,
Totally agree with you. Totally. And that brings me to a point where Sage Advice is an online portal, and it's a
Right.
mental health plus wellness portal. So you definitely don't need to have some kind of a mental problem. But yes, we have counselors on board. We have life coaches if you just want to become a better version of yourself. So all these things, and this was designed to come in, not, it was on the drawing board much before the pandemic, but it just came in at such a time where I think definitely world needed uh, more of this. So I'm glad that I have been, my platform has been an instrumental for bringing little change in society, supporting the society. So it's a social enterprise, we say, Sage Advice,
Great.
and we have almost around 40-45 counselors on
Wow.
board, and
Excellent.
we have, yeah, and it's all over it's spread. Our counselors are all over India. There are some, so online platform, this technology has given us again this boom that you can connect with anybody from anywhere and can ask for help from anyone. So yes, we have career guidance also on our platform, and
Great.
touch wood, by grace of God, we are growing step by step.
Great. That's wonderful. Well done. That's excellent. And I'm sure everyone who needs and wants to, talk to someone and get some help would definitely be able to reach out. So kudos on that. And yeah, it's lovely chatting. So that was
Pleasure.
great.
Same here. Thank you so much for joining in, Tara.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
before you leave, if you have to just sum up in couple of words what exactly you want to pass on to the viewers who are watching about how to be a good friend.
How to be a good friend? Well, I hope I'm a good friend. I mean, I think the people to ask would be my friends, but I think, like with any relationship, I think you have to be true to yourself first and, be honest about who you are. And then, of course, you will naturally perhaps attract and the other way around people who, like you and the other way around. And I think communication is important, loyalty is important. And a word that actually a very close friend of mine recently said, which I thought was so beautiful. She said something about it being easy, it being easy to hang out together or to chat. And I think that to me, as I get older, is something that I really value. When things are there's no drama, there's no somebody call. It's much like a relationship. You met the one when you yeah, when it's all, it's like a relationship, right? Like how do you know somebody's the one? For me, a lot of it had to do with, yes, the chemistry and the love and all that, but also it was so easy and natural, and it didn't feel like, oh, playing games or this or that. So I think even with friendship, part of it also has to be easy and flow and easy to just pick up a phone, or you know what I mean? I think whenever things are like, oh, too much effort or it's not seeming natural, then you should just maybe reevaluate, because life is wonderful and amazing, and I'm a huge optimist, but I'm also someone who does believe that you just have to make the most of life. And at some point life is also quite short, and you can't be wasting time also on things that are not perhaps benefiting somebody else or anybody or yourself. So I think you also have to be honest to yourself about what friendships are actually giving positivity in your life. And if there are friendships that aren't giving that positivity, then it's okay to also grow out of friendships, or so it's important, I think, to also be open to that, because I think there's a lot of pressure sometimes to say, oh, it's such and such a party, I have to call these people. But sometimes you might feel like, oh, actually maybe not, maybe it'll just be 3 people, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I think one has to be open to all those things too.
like-minded. And the beautiful thing what you said, that you definitely need to know yourself. The minute you know yourself and you are comfortable being yourself, and which I can see how comfortable you are being Tara Sharma. Totally.
How
Really
sweet.
doesn't
Thank
matter
you.
that whatever world is saying, where it is going, it doesn't matter. You exactly know what you want, and
Yeah.
what are your priorities, and that sets everything right, that set the tone right, if I have to say,
Okay. I think so.
so it's
Yeah.
definitely important to know yourself. I take
Yes.
that as my takeaway point from here.
Yeah, okay, great. That's great. I say, yeah, know yourself. And also, I always say on my show, and always each to their own, everyone's situation and circumstance is different, and what works for one may or may not work for another. So I think knowing yourself and, not judging anyone else and just being comfortable in the fact that everyone is different and each to their own. I think that's
Yeah,
also something that I stand by.
totally. Even I keep saying that everyone is unique. There is no way that you should replicate somebody. Your energy, you carry your energy the way you are, and just be comfortable by being you.
Absolutely.
That
Yes.
that has really worked for me, and I always believe that everybody has a purpose,
Yeah.
and the sooner we find our purpose of life and stay on that path, being consistent, we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Somebody's asked, how do you stay positive in these times consistently,
yeah,
Suryan? So I honestly don't, as much as I'm consistent, and I do know that it's kind of like a running joke, even with my childhood friends, that, if I'm going to decide I'm going to do yoga, I will do it consistently. And I know I'm like that. But I also think you don't have to be positive consistently. It's okay sometimes to not feel so good. And I think, in fact, it's important to sometimes, voice if you're not feeling great too, because that's also part of being human. And so I mean, although people think of me as someone who's quite always smiling, of course there are moments when I'm not. And my family and my closest friends know those moments, and I think it's important to be able to discuss those things too.
yeah. Very important. And to add on that, how you, if you are not positive, or if you feel that your energies are dipped, I have this beautiful concept called first aid box. How we have a first aid box for our medicines. Keep a first aid box for yourself. The minute you're feeling that you're a little low, that box can have some lovely music, what you like. That minute you cannot remember what do I listen to. You can write down your music and put it there. You can have some couple of pictures. You can have some people's numbers. So in my first aid box, I have at least 3 to 4 people whom I can pick up the phone and call up and say, hey, I definitely need support right now.
Yeah.
So this box of mine has really helped a lot to me when I am not 100% positive, or I'm little feeling low. So definitely you can just lift up yourself by yourself. That's what I believe, that you need to accept that, yes, right now I need help, and I'm looking for help.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. No, that's a good point. Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Great.
So
So
hope
that's lovely.
Suryansh's question has been answered, that how to stay positive. So anybody else has anything to ask Tara, you can put it in the comment box.
Yeah, there's lots of hellos and highs and
आप कैसी हैं मैडम? How are you doing?
बिल्कुल
Are
ठीक,
we doing
thank you.
yoga
I hope
today?
you are too. Hope you're doing well too. Thank you so much.
So we missed
Thank
Pallavi.
you.
Pallavi, can you just resend your question? Somehow missed your question. Thank you. So somebody saying wonderful conversation, Earthman. Thank you. Would you
You
like to
have,
change something if you could go back in time?
I personally believe, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I left a corporate job in London, a high-paying job, and all that, um, to act and do all these things. And I always now, when I look back, I realize that I did that because I didn't want to have regrets. I didn't want to wake up at 75 or 85 or 90 and say, I wish I had done this or that. So I think the desire not to have regrets is something that's in me. But yeah, of course, there are lots of things that we all want to do that we may not have been able to do, that we, may not think we can do, but we may still do. So I think, yeah, I don't really have regrets, but I do think that you can't always do everything you want to do. So I think it's when people say, oh, do whatever you dream and all that. Yes, I think you choose the dreams that you really want to pursue and do. And I know I did that when it came to acting and stuff. But otherwise, I think there's also an element of passion and practicality coexisting. So I don't have any regrets, but yeah, maybe there are some things that I wanted to do that I didn't do. But at the same time, there are many things that I've done that I really wanted to do. And so, I think you have to tell yourself that the decisions you make are right at the time you make them. When you look back in life and you say, oh, at that time I should have done this or that, that's not right, because that's not the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually at the time you made a decision, it was the right decision. And when you look back on it, it's a different time. So yeah.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally agree to you that there is nothing called right and wrong. You have whatever decision you've taken at that moment is you've thought about it and taken it. So then why to say that I wish I could have changed that?
Yes, I do think that. Yeah.
So there's one question which says that how to grow from virtual to real relationships.
So not all relationships translate, because there are many relationships that we have on Insta or things like that, which we may not meet the people physically, but that's also okay. So, I think it's, some do and some may not, but that's also okay. I think it's not like you have to, go for dinner with somebody to show that you're a friend. And I don't, I don't think that's the case. In actual fact, I'm someone who I'm quite, as bad as it sounds, I'm quite lazy when it comes to making too much of an effort and going out. And once in a while it's nice, but otherwise I'm actually quite a home person. So I'm very happy to chat to my friends on the phone and meet them, once in a while. So in general, I'm quite a homebody, and, of course, I'm with my family. So in that sense, I feel like, but friendships are as strong. So you don't have to be physically meeting all the time to maintain the friendships. Yeah, don't worry about meeting friends. I think making friends, I think if you're a teenager, somebody had asked that question, I saw, then, just be yourself, do things you enjoy, try and find people who enjoy the same things, but also different things. And usually at that age, I think it's through college and, stuff like that, that you meet people. But be very careful with meeting online, because of course there are lots of, you have to look
unreal
at
things.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of unreal things, and people fake a lot because for whatever reasons, as you rightly say, each to their own. But yes, we have to be really careful.
Yes.
So someone is asking, ma'am, do you gym jana better hai ya yoga karna? Big doubt.
फिर से each to their own. जो आपको पसंद है आप करना. मैं तो काफी योगा करती हूँ और मैं हर दिन दौड़ती हूँ थोड़ा सा, बस consistently but very little. I don't like gyms because I feel very claustrophobic and I don't like to be indoors in a closed space. So मैं तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा मैं बाहर करती हूँ योगा या तो जॉगिंग. बट जो आपका मतलब जो आपको पसंद लगता है आप कर लो. जिम भी तो बहुत अच्छा है. माय हस्बैंड डज क्वाइट लॉट ऑफ जिमिंग, बट ही नाउ डज इट इन आवर ओन हाउस इन अ रूम. So yeah, do what works for you.
Yeah, do what works for you. Do what excites you. Doing that little physical exercise is important, because I always believe that physical health and mental health goes hand in hand. You can't just ignore one part and pick up the other part always. You have to be in balance. It's about finding the right balance, and everybody has their own balance.
Yes.
Yeah, someone is asking, reading book, reading a good book help you unwind other than doing yoga?
Yeah, again, I think it's each to their own. Me and my husband, we love watching shows, and because we're both in the media space, we watch quite a lot. I'm not actually such a good reader. My dad was an author, my grandfather was a publisher. So I come from a family of books, but I wish I read more. So I think you have to find what works for you. For me, I'm so sorry, just a sec. For
Sure, no
me,
worries.
I'm not. Yeah. So again, if you enjoy reading, then I'm sure that's lovely for you. So yeah, do what works for you and what gives you, peace and what makes you fun. Sorry, I'm just charging this because actually I suddenly realized it was going. Yeah.
No worries. I think we had a lovely chat,
Thank you
and
so
thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you. So lovely
Thank you
chatting.
very
So
much,
lovely.
Tara, for
Thank you.
always being there and supporting. I think that is also one of the elements of friendship, for being
Yes.
there and supporting each other to grow. And I've seen
Thank
that in you, how you
Thank you.
support
Same to you.
people around you. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
thank you very
Same
much,
to
and
you.
thank you everybody who's joined our
Thank you.
talk. Fridays. Remember to log in again next Friday.